Hi everyone, it's Brett again with my mate Vip the Viking. Part 3 in the cheat day results. Now I've accumulated 2 days results. It's not going to take twice as long. I'm going to keep it still short. But it's this morning's results and the day before. And I'm also going to show the results from my HRV, which is heart rate variability. And that you'll see very clearly how I went into the flu, how it understands the stresses involved with flu and how that affected my physiology. And you'll see that in the graph. It's really simple to understand. It's very cool. I use HRV every day as well. And you'll see how my body's come out of the flu. So I feel a damn sight better than I did 3 or 4 days ago. So all those stats will be coming up shortly and you can go through those, have a look and see the proof. I'm not just making this crap up. You can see what happened. Did I get fat or not? Okay, so let's have a look at the Sculpt measure as well. And just to remind you, the Sculpt is my electronic caliper system, which we can get really accurate readings within 2 to 5% accuracy of each body part. So, of course, I don't know if you can see my little round jigger again, but this is on the right side of my abs. I could do left side, but I just choose to do right side. So on the cheat day was April the 25th. I had a body fat reading in the morning of 8.5, and next day it was 8.2. It actually dropped. The following morning, it actually went to 7.9, went even lower, and today it's back to 8.2. So what we can get from that is pretty much nothing's changed. Now preceding that, I was at 8.3, and you can see on the graph, that was 8.3, and my trend, which again, you know, body weight changes like crazy if you measure it every day as I do. I actually measure it pretty much every day, sometimes twice a day, at night and in the morning, just out of curiosity. And you can see here that it's great, basically trending down, which is what I'm after, very slow trend down. So over the cheat period, which is around here, it went down and it's kind of stabilizing. So basically no effect from the cheat day whatsoever. Okay, so I thought I'd show you that, give you an idea. And if I look at a long trend, this is how I started at almost 16.8, and it started to plateau as it gets much harder to get to my goal of 8%, but I'm getting there. So the cheat day really didn't have much effect at all with the Sculpt, and the other measurements also indicate something similar. Okay, let's have a closer look at the data. So let's go into Fitbit because I use a wearable device as well, as do many of my clients. Therefore, we can track very carefully the amount of energy burnt as the amount of energy taken in and put a balance between the two. So if we're looking down here, hopefully you can see that little circle going around. Thursday was the day after the cheat day, or the morning after. Actually, that was the night. I was 69.8. The following day in the morning, it's 68.3. The following morning, very early, was 68.7 and so forth. So you can see the results there. So it was 69.8 as a high. It's now 68.2. So it's dropped down 1.6 kilos lower. Okay, that's in body weight. So if we look at body fat, again, a day or so later, it rose to 15.8. It's been 15.5, 15.6, today it was 15.9. Now these are using ARIA scales. To be honest, there's about 5% inaccuracy in those. They do swing around a lot, particularly in body fat. I'm not putting too much stock in that, but it's around the mid-15s. So to be honest, there's not a lot of difference. It has maybe gone up slightly, very slightly, but I'm not putting too much credence in that because body weight has dropped. And I'd expect that. So it looks like overall body weight has dropped. Body fat's probably remained the same, maybe gone up slightly. So that's from ARIA. That's from the ARIA scales, which I measured through Fitbit. Next is my coaching app, And with the coaching app, this is my neck. So neck is one of the three points of measurement I take to get body fat readings, amongst other things. So it was 37, 37, 37. So neck size hasn't changed, which is always a good indicator with body fat levels, along with not just neck by itself, but waist. And waist is probably the crucial one here. And waist is 75, 74.9, 75. So that's over the period of the cheat day and following, including this morning. It's basically not changed. My waist is pretty much where it was before the cheat day. And hips. So hips went actually down, which is probably erroneous, and gone up slightly by 0.1. So there's a slight difference there, but overall 90 to 90.1, probably no change, just a slight error in reading. So it looks like waist, neck, and hips have not changed, which is always good indicators of body fat. Let's have another look at HRV. HRV, it's called heart rate variability. It's a very good tool to use to check stress levels in the body, particularly things like training stress, illness, a whole bunch of stresses that we go through in normal life. So again, it might be a bit hard to see, but on the far left, that was a period before I thought I had the flu. I was at level 8, it's called recovery points. Level 8 for me is fairly typical. I've been trying to increase that with training and fitness. It has been going up. But all of a sudden it started to drop. It's getting down into the mid 7s, then getting lower to 6.9. 6.9 was the day the flu hit me really badly. So that was the day after the cheat day. So not only did I have a cheat day, but I also had the flu really badly, so I couldn't train. That was a 6.9. Subsequent to that day, which was yesterday, it's gone to 27, and this morning it went back up to 8.2. So that was a period through the flu where a lower score shows you're under sympathetic response, which means your body's under high stress. As it rises up, you go into parasympathetic. So it's a measurement, if you want to get really geeky, for the autonomic nervous system, the ANS, and I'm starting to climb, as you can see, back out of it. And I've actually felt really good. Even today, yesterday, I felt reasonably good. Today, I felt great.